everyone. Welcome to week 2 of your Career Success for Pharmacy Technicians course. This week we are covering Chapter 2 of your English textbook, as well as the second task in Section 1 of your other book. So let's just take a look at both of those real quick and kind of go over what you're going to be looking at. In the English book, which is what I've got pulled up here for you right now, we're going to be looking at Chapter 2, which is the chapter that's all about nouns. So you're going to be, looking at, again, the different parts of speech in a sentence and, how nouns are important, what they represent, and things like that. So that's what this particular chapter is going to start you off with. It's just learning about what nouns are, people, places, things, that type of thing, and how to identify them, both common nouns and proper nouns. So that's what you're going to be seeing throughout this chapter. And just as in last week, you're going to go to the end of this after going through everything and doing these little checkpoints throughout. As you get to the end, and let me just kind of flip through to there, you're going to have a section at the end where it's the actual, chapter summary. And then from there, you'll have your assignment. So your assignment link is included. If you have any problems or questions with it, make sure that you reach out to me before you submit it. Okay. So that's the first piece of work this week is Chapter 2, all about nouns. Then the second piece that you're going to be working on this week is Step 2 of Section 1 in your How to Get a Job in Healthcare textbook. So last week we looked at how to create a resume when we are in healthcare. This week we're going to be looking at how to create a cover letter. So again, we're going to be looking at, basic cover letters. There's 3 samples in this chapter or this section, and they're going to actually kind of walk you through how to do one. Now, I understand that you're not being asked to submit anything for this particular textbook as far as an assignment goes, but I would encourage you to follow along with these steps and to start creating these on your own, because these are going to be very important as you move forward. It's really important that your resume and your cover letter and things like that are up to par when you decide to go out and start looking for a position. So first of all, they're going to talk about, what is a healthcare cover letter, how you write one. Keep in mind that what the purpose is of this healthcare letter. It's to kind of give a brief overview without having to go to the resume, right, for some certain things. But the other idea is to ask for something. The whole point of sending a resume and a cover letter is that you want an interview and you want a job. So ask for that. Make sure that you are signing your cover letter. Because a lot of times, we get a lot of things through, electronic means nowadays. So they want to make sure that it truly is coming from you and not some unsolicited third party. So make sure you're signing everything. Now you've got 3 different examples. Here's one example. So it kind of goes through and talks about, where everything should be spaced, all of those types of things. What goes in the opening paragraph, the middle paragraph, and the closing paragraph. So this one is, all about Sophie Davis. She's applying for her first healthcare position in a medical office. And, what should she do? Then this is the second one. This particular person is a graduate student, I believe. And so she's kind of giving you a little bit of information about that, her background. And again, at the very end, notice how they say, please review my resume. I'd like to schedule a personal interview. Really key here is giving them contact information and asking for that interview, because if you don't ask for it, you're not going to get it. And then here's a third example for you. Again, using parts and pieces from each of these is definitely appropriate in creating your own cover letter. So I would encourage you to kind of look and see what you could use. Now, this is just an example of, newspaper employment ads. Obviously, these are kind of few and far between anymore. You don't see these a lot as far as newspapers go, although you do see some. More than anything, you're going to be using things like Indeed or, Career Builder, things like that to find your jobs that you're going to be applying for. But that doesn't change what you need to do to apply for them. So, again, I would encourage you to work on these activities. You're not going to do them through Studyware, but I would do them on your own. I would create your own cover letter and start practicing with these. Reach out to me with questions that you might have as you're going through and putting together your cover letters. And as always, with anything this week that you have questions on, please let me know and have a great week.